Awesome. Thank you, sir. Chelsea Vonder Haar, welcome back. This is the
Thank
second
you.
time we're having you in Lab Coat Agents, and things have changed a little bit. You've evolved, and we've got some exciting stuff to share today. So the last time we had you on, it was kind of a general overview of what what I would call very innovative, innovative approach to what a mortgage company can offer to real estate agents to help them with their business. And no, I'm not talking about the traditional, what programs you have to offer and what your rates are, and do you answer your phone on nights and weekends, and are you accessible? Like, that's to me their job. That's a
Right.
given. That's not value. And I think what you're doing with USA Mortgage is, like I said, very innovative. And now you have since moved it on to this platform called Real Creative. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's damn near like an ad agency designed to support real estate agents at a very affordable cost compared to if they actually hired a marketing company. And so we're going to talk about that today. I want to ask you a bunch of questions
Sure.
because frankly, I want to learn more about it. So Chelsea, first, why don't I a little reintroduction of who you are, what you do, and then let's get into it.
Sure. Yeah. I'm Chelsea Vonder Haar. I am the Senior VP of Marketing here at USA Mortgage. And I have been doing USA Mortgage's marketing for the last 8 years. Um, and really, what we specialize in is real estate agents. They're our bread and butter, connecting with them, helping them with their marketing. And that's kind of the biggest reason why we have decided to go into this agency model.
I love it. I love it. And again, so if you're in the real estate side, there's obvious value here, and you're going to want to listen to this and hear what this is. If you're a loan officer, I think this is also very valuable to you because you want to understand, and this is very much my opinion. And I'm pretty removed from the mortgage game, as most of you know, but I still stay very involved in the business development side and the attraction side. And one of the things that has worked really well for me in the mortgage business is understanding what real value is to real estate agents. And that's exactly what USA Mortgage has really figured out and is capitalizing on. And that's what Real Creative is. So, Chelsea, the marketing department that you have helped grow and take it to where it is today, was built to basically become what I would always describe as a Kinko's met an ad agency. And it was very much print heavy, which is, not
Right.
for everyone, but for those that loved it, it's a massive asset to their business. What is Real Creative? What is it? How is it different? And what are you going to be doing now for real estate agents?
So, real creative is something that we've been talking about for a long time. And it kind of started a little bit with doing some research. I have a lot of connections that work in marketing agencies. So, I talked with a lot of people like them when we were starting to go this, debating about going this route. And what I noticed is that there was a really big gap in what marketing agencies were doing for real estate agents. Frankly, a lot of them won't work with real estate agents at all because the business is it's too quick of a turnover, too fast, really specific things that agents need that other industries don't. So a lot of people I talked to said we actually won't work with real estate agents. And I thought that was very interesting. And they, talked about how hard of a niche it is to get into and everything. And I was like, but we've already been doing this for years and years. And like, I'd like to think we know agents pretty well. We know how fast things happen in the industry, the kind of quality agents are looking for. And so if agents aren't getting this somewhere else, or they're getting it from somewhere else that's trying to just put them in a box of another industry, why don't we just focus on agents? So we're not going to focus on all other industries. We're going to focus on real estate. So that's kind of where a lot of this started. And started because a lot of the agents that we work with on print marketing that have done print marketing with us for years asked, can you do other stuff for me? Can you help me with other things? Like, I love using you guys for print, but that's all you do. So in 2020, we started doing our video program for agents, helping agents with a variety of video options. And then actually in 2 weeks, we'll be starting our social media program for real estate agents. where they can sign up with us to get automated industry content completely like hands off delivered to them, different options based on the customization they want on their social media, things like that. So, and it's going to be for these same agents that have worked with us for years, and they trust us to know their brand and how they want to work. So they want us to help them with as much marketing as possible.
Awesome. So can you bullet point list? You mentioned social media. What kind of things within social media will the Real Creative be helping an agent with?
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of industry focused content. The goal of this is that we will run your social media and have it be consistent enough so that there's always a presence on it, but not too much where you can't post on your own, because we hope you do. Because that's how you're going to get the best engagement, is that if you're continuing to post on your own. But if you want real industry related content, we'll provide that for you. So we're going to have some different options. So it's going to be everything from a complete beginner, where it's going to be our content and we're just branding it to your company colors, all the way up to we do this really cool thing where instead of using stock imagery on our Facebook posts, we actually use the agent's full headshot instead of stock photos. So you are literally front and center on everything that is going out on your social media. This is really good for agents that go into a branding photo shoot. So we'll tell you like a couple different options to make sure we get photos of you, and then you are literally going to be the star of your entire social media. So it really just depends on how much customization you want, what we can do. And then what we'll do is we'll ask you kind of some of your, when you sign up with us, we'll have a short meeting with you just to talk about like what your pain points are, what your typical clientele is, what age demographic, because, we'll be offering Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, if it's still around, and LinkedIn. So just depending on which ones you want, we're going to recommend different things based on the target age demographic, what kind of business you get. Like, are you really into first time home buyers, or, you specialize in selling lake properties, whatever. So we'll ask you some of those initial questions and then tailor the content to you from there.
Really? So when you say industry content, what do you mean by that? Because you mentioned industry content, but you also mentioned tailoring it to their specific niche. So kind
Right.
of articulate what that means.
So some of the industry content that we're going to do is, so we're going to offer like or what we call property specific packages. So if you want every listing to be blasted on your social media, we can do that. So we'll create, you send us in your photographer's photos, we'll create your graphic for your coming soon if your market allows, you're just listed, you're under contract, you're just sold, whatever you're looking for. We also have them in a video format as well. So just to make it a little more engaging, where it's going to be, focusing on a couple unique points about the property. So we're going to have very like listing facing stuff for all of your properties. And then we'll have lots of like weekly pushes about what's going on in the market currently. So like what's been, new news in real estate over the last week, that's going to go out every week. And then everything from buying tips to selling tips, quarterly market updates, you name it. And a big one that we're doing for some agents is a lot of like geographical pushes. So if you want to like, market yourself as the main realtor in XYZ city or this town, whatever, we'll do a lot of content like that for you, focusing on that specific geographical area.
Awesome. Is there a certain cadence? Is there like a certain amount of posts that someone can expect? And you said 4 platforms, right? Can you repeat those again?
Yes. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter are the 4 that we currently support at this point.
Is that because it's going to be a focus around static posts, not video? That's why it can't be TikTok or YouTube?
Yes. Yeah. And there will be some video included on our social media packages, particularly our highest tier where everything is super custom for you. There will be video included, but the reason we haven't gone into TikTok yet is because we don't have a great way to be able to create that content for you and make it look authentic at
Yeah.
this point. I would love to do it at some point, but I also don't want to give people a product that's not going to get them any engagement.
Mhm.
So yes, for that reason, yeah, probably not TikTok anytime, at least this year. Hopefully next year we'd be able to offer something like that. But um, so yeah, those are the four that we support. It'll be mostly static posts, anywhere from like 12 to 15 posts a month. So averages out to be about 3 to 4 times a week. And
Wow.
that's really kind of where we want to stay because we don't want stuff going out for you 4 times a day and then you're just like clogging up people's newsfeed and you can't do your own content. So,
Yeah.
because we hope you do. We hope you do
Mhm.
your own content along with ours.
The necessity. I mean, I would call this like your filler content is really what it is.
Mhm.
It's filler content. It allows to me one of the reasons why I love this, and obviously social is my game, is that it's like that 80-20 rule where you need to be putting out far more authentic personal content than business content. The business content you really shouldn't even be putting that much effort in because all it is a digital billboard to remind people what you do,
Right.
because they're going to engage with your puppy dogs and your kids and your travels and your gardening and your cooking and all the other stuff, right? And then you just slip in the other stuff. And so the way I would describe this, Chelsea, is like you're taking an entire segment of a social strategy off of their plate and they don't even have to mess with it anymore. Now,
Right.
I do believe you should get in front of the camera and do some stuff related to your business, but don't waste too much time because it's not going to get much engagement anyway. It's
Yeah.
just a digital billboard. They're driving by it digitally, and it's the other stuff that's going to suck them in. And this is just a reminder to them. That's really awesome. And so, is there a cost that's associated with the base version of this, which is the static posting to these various platforms?
Yeah. So we have a couple different options. So our like very basic package, which we call a DIY, where we don't actually manage your social media for you. We just give you the post and it's your responsibility to post. That starts at $50 a month, so really affordable. And then they kind of go up from there. So our next level package where we're actually managing your social media for you is going to run about 225 to 250. And then if you want all of your posts to have like your headshot like small in the corner with your contact info and phone number on everything, that's going to run you about 400 a month. And our top package is about 600 a month. So that's where every single post is designed with you as the stock photo with every single post has you front and center on it. And then we have an option where if you are partnered with a USA loan officer, you actually get the $400 package for about
Hmm.
200. Because the loan officer, we're going to give you about 12 to 15 posts a month, and the loan officer is going to take 4 of those posts, and you're going to take the rest of the posts. So there is an option for that if you want some more of that customization, but you're trying to keep costs down. You can do a co-branded package with one of our USA LOs. Um, and then each package is going to be, particularly in the 400 to 600, it's going to be a customized CTA on every single post. So your caption is always going to have your phone number, your email, all of that. That's all going to be customized for you. So really, like our goal is to be able to meet you where you are. It's just how much customization you want is going to affect your price range.
Did any of those packages include video? The top one?
Yes. Yeah. So the top one will include, I think we're going to do about 3 to 4 videos a month, and then it'll kind of go down from there. So I think the $400 package will include 1 or 2, and then the rest will not.
And that's editing services, basically.
Yeah, so that's basically a lot of that, like where our team will make like a what's going on in the market this month video and post that on your behalf. Or like about the listings, if you want like a video for one of your listings, stuff like that. So yeah, that's not actually going to be like you in front of the camera unless you're filming it and you're just asking us to put some simple edits on it. But yeah, it's going to be like video that we're creating here.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So more of a not a personal video necessarily.
Not necessarily unless it's about a listing that you have, obviously, but
Got it. Yeah, but even at those cost points, that's ridiculously inexpensive. So I guess the expectation is properly set. So as you're talking about the social side of this, I assume you, for those of you that are you're posting on their behalf, are you using a scheduler? So like a Buffer or Hootsuite or something like that, or is that how you're posting on their
Mhm.
behalf?
Yeah, we use a program. Well, they were bought by Brandwatch. They're called Falcon. That's who we use.
Got it. So
So
literally you're removing any effort that they have to put into this. And this is, let me clarify, branded to them. So it's not like you, because you're working with a ad agency, I'll call it marketing agency, that's basically a mortgage company, that there is no like, other than working alongside a loan officer, it's going to be very much branded. It's going to be what you want. It's going to be
right.
branded to your orange and purple color if that's what you
Yep.
are.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We don't want a consumer to go to your page and think, oh yeah, this is just USA Mortgage. Like it's
Mhm.
not going to look anything like USA Mortgage. It's going to
Mhm.
look like you. You don't want to pay for somebody to put content out that doesn't look like you. So yeah, it's going to be in your brand colors, specific to agents.
And you have digital marketers and artists, digital artists. I mean,
17 of them.
this isn't like some half-assed deal you're putting together. I mean, this is like a ad agency.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and this is kind of just the beginning of us for different things that we want to offer. Later this year, early 2024, we're planning on rolling out some like website creation options, particularly landing pages. This is like really great for agents that want to again target that geographical area. So creating a landing page for you that's all about this particular area. So you can promote that and then you're going to get the most views when people are searching for that area. So things like that to come, tons of different video options that we have coming, print options, you name it. So our goal is to eventually become the main place that you as an agent want to go to have
Mhm.
your marketing done.
Yeah.
Because we can help you with a little bit of everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's really awesome. I mean, it's gonna remove a lot of the heavy lifting, and like you said, I mean, and then when you're talking with Drunk on Social and we're coaching you on how to promote your personal brand, which is what we do. Now you don't even have to worry about this side of this because it's going to be completely handled, which is great because, like I said, it's to me, your focus needs to be on you as a human anyway. That's where the magic is going to happen, and
Right.
this is going to just remind them when they become that raving fan of you for whatever reason, why they want to use you because of those obvious reasons. Basically, I love that.
Well, and
So
it's great to keep it like consistent too. If you're having a really busy week and you're like, oh, I didn't make as much content this week as I wanted to, I was on vacation, blah, blah, blah. Like you've got our stuff as a back. So, it's not that your page is going without any content pushed to it
yeah,
for a week or two, something like that. So, that like worst case, you've always got our stuff to make sure that you're maintaining consistent.
love that. Yeah, I mean, and you guys all know consistency is the key. It's not about the perfect post. It's about the consistent quantity of posts over a period of time that is going to yield results. It's one post is not going to be the savior for your brand. In fact, it probably will do nothing. But committing to this process, and this is what we tell people all the time. It's like, USA's marketing department, helps a lot of agents with farming neighborhoods and with EDDMs and even specific lists, mailing lists. And as you all know, like when you're doing that, it's not like you can just dip your toe in the water and do it for 2-3 months and see how it goes. It's not going to go. You might get lucky, but by and large, you're not. It's a process. Like you got to commit to 12 to 24 months of this before you actually see consistent results, before it actually starts to like penetrate like the neighborhoods. Just you're just hacking their
Right.
brain basically. And it's the same thing with social. And this is really cool because it's done for you. And like you said, because what's going to happen, Chelsea, this, I mean, the business is going to shift. We're going to get out of this shitty cycle that we're in, and all of a sudden we're
Yeah.
probably going to hit a boom at some point with millennials and Gen Zers. And now you're going to be meeting that consumer who wants to be met on social. They don't want to meet you in person. They don't want to meet you on a phone call. They want to meet you on social, parasocially, without even having to be bothered with a text or a phone call. And so this is going to give those agents who choose to lean into that a leg up over the agents that aren't. So I think that's awesome. So is there anything that I didn't ask you that is built into the social component that you want to include or that you want to say?
Um, Not really, but what I would say is that for any agents that are interested, we're actually doing a webinar on Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Time. It's going to go over all of our different packages that we're offering. So what we're going to do on this is we're going to actually show you examples of the kind of posts we're talking about for these different price points, so you can figure out which one works best for you. Talk about all that stuff. So would love to have people join us if they want to sign up for that.
How can they
That'd be
do that?
so it's going to be on Zoom. I can get you actually if you give
Or
me a,
can they just reach out to you personally and
yeah,
get the
yeah,
Zoom? What's the
yeah.
best way to reach you?
So I'll give you our Real Creative address because that seems to make the most sense.
Mhm.
It's info at realcreativeco.com. I can put it in the chat if you want to. That might be.
I think I already did. Did I get
Oh,
it right?
great. Yep. Yep.
Perfect. So email that to get the this link to join the webinar on Thursday to learn more. Now, I do want to ask you a couple more questions. So obviously we talked a little bit about the print marketing, which we really covered in the last time we had you on, and we've covered a lot about social. You know, you mentioned in kind of the caption or description for today's webinar, you know, branding and marketing strategy. What, you know, beyond what we've already discussed, is there any other components to actual branding and marketing strategy that you're assisting real estate agents with?
Yeah, so one of our other programs later this year is that we are going to be helping agents with brand development. So our brand team will meet with you. So and we'll have a couple different options based on and we see this a lot, especially for like logo creation. So based on what you've already done, if you're brand new and you have absolutely nothing, or maybe you have a logo or a brand that you've already created before and you don't like it, you want to tweak it, something like that. So you'll, depending on what you need, you'll meet with our team. They'll make recommendations for you and go from there. So we'll make you a whole set of logos, a whole suite that you can use for any of your needs. We'll make you brand guidelines for you to pass along to any vendors that you're working with. We'll give you specific ways that you should promote your brand via different channels. So we'll create basically an entire brand strategy for
Wow.
you.
Wow.
So we expect for that to roll out about November to December of this year.
Is there a certain place or that they can kind of follow along and see these updates? Is there anywhere that you can follow along on social, or is there an
Yeah.
email list that they can join or something like that where they're not going to get spammed or anything like that?
Yeah. So we actually we're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of that, just as Real Creative. That's where we'll be posting everything. So yeah, follow us on any of those platforms.
What is it on Facebook? Is it a page or is it a group or what is it?
It's a page.
Got it. And is it just called Real Creative? Real Creative. Is it real.creative.co on Instagram?
It's okay. So here's Facebook. I just sent you Facebook. It's at Real Creative Company, all
Okay.
spelled out. And then Instagram is,
Looks like real.creative.co.
yes, yeah. We had to get creative because no pun intended, but
Uh-huh.
because the name was taken a few different places.
Awesome. Awesome. So this is it's a good place to kind of stay passively involved without, again, having to be concerned about, you know, getting spammed or, you know, having a, you know, and again, I want to say this with the utmost respect to the industry, but, you know, loan officers have a really bad tendency of being spammers, just like real estate agents do to consumers. And so that's not what you're trying to give off here. It's more of, hey, literally, we want to be a cog in your wheel to help your business grow. And, you know, naturally, we hope that that turns into relationships, and that is the ultimate goal. But the baseline of this platform is truly what it is, which is, and it even looks that way. It has that look even on Instagram where it doesn't even, it just looks generally like something that's a marketing agency and nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want you to think mortgage when you're thinking of it. Like we want you to think marketing for real estate. So,
Awesome.
you know what, and you can work with us whether you already know a USA loan officer or you don't. We hope that, we'd love to introduce you to some because, we love them, but um, that's another great thing about Real Creative is we'll be able to work with any agents kind of regardless of who they currently have relationships with.
That's cool. That's really cool. And like I said in the very beginning, if you're a real estate agent, you work with a loan officer, this is setting the tone as an expectation of where we think the industry is going. And if you're a loan officer and you're not aligned with a mortgage company that has the same thought process, you should get aligned with one. This is not a pitch, but it is a pitch to where the industry is going. It's gone are the days. And it's the same for real estate agents. Gone are the days of doing things the way you've always done them. That is the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Like the world is evolving, and this is one of the many reasons why we choose to be aligned, because of that innovative mindset. And I think most of you can see that here. Like this is innovation. This is where y'all need to be going, and we're just trying to help, kind of like I said, fill a void that you might have to make it something easier so that you don't have to worry about it.
I can't tell you the amount of people that I've met over the last year since the industry really took a turn where, their brokerage's marketing person was let go, or they're with a mortgage company and they don't have any marketing people anymore. It's crazy that, as soon with the market, there goes the marketing support. And when the market is down is when you need the marketing support more than ever in a lot of ways. And we just are very different in that way, is that we want you to know that like we're here no matter what the market is doing. However you need us, like your marketing should be consistent no matter what market we're in.
Amen. That's a great testament right there, because you're right. It's the first to go, because it's considered an extra,
Mhm.
not
Not
a
an extra.
mandatory, and it needs to be a mandatory. It needs to be a
Yes.
necessity. And in down markets and up markets, it's not just not just even markets. It's all markets. And
Mhm.
it's a great reminder to everyone that if you're not doubling and tripling down right now, and even though you may not have the bandwidth from a monetary standpoint, you do have the bandwidth from a time perspective. And so how are you using that time? And so for those of you that are watching today or learning or watching this recording, I applaud you, because you're doing something that most of
Yep.
agents and loan officers are not doing. And this is a necessity to survive and then ultimately thrive. So awesome. Chelsea, anything else you want to add about Real Creative?
I don't think so. Just make sure to send us an email at the email that Jeff provided. If you want to get on our webinar, we'll have a lot more webinars coming up in the future, but that's our first one on Thursday, going over all of our social media options for agents. And then you can stay in touch with us that way. Follow us on whatever social media you like.
On the socials. And you
On
said
the
that
socials.
you made mention that if Twitter sticks around, I actually believe that I'm questioning if Threads is going to stick around. But yeah, it's that's been an interesting wave here over the last week and a half, to say the
Yeah.
least.
I haven't signed up yet. Should I? We haven't started threads management yet.
Yeah, I think you want my opinion. If you're going to be a marketing agency, yes, you
Yeah.
need to dabble in everything, just so you can kind of test the waters and see what's there. Because this is what we teach people. It's like, listen, it may be nothing, or maybe it'll be the next TikTok. We don't know.
Right.
Nobody knows that answer. And so it always pays off to be an early adopter. And then, honestly, it's just like anything else. It's just like Twitter. So just throw out your thoughts, throw out to
Right.
comments, the same things you're posting on Instagram. I'm post it over to Threads, and why not? And if it dies, nobody will care. And if it
Right.
takes off, you won't regret not joining.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion.
All right. I'm convinced. I think
All
we've
right.
already got it for Real Creative, but
We accomplished something today.
yeah.
Awesome. Chelsea, as always, it's a pleasure. We'll definitely have you back. So
Yeah, thank you for having me.
if you didn't see the first webinar, it was, I think we did that in April or May. You can always go find it on the Lab Coat Agents YouTube channel. This is being recorded, so if you want to share it or watch it again, you're welcome to do so. And if you need any follow-up, it's info@realcreativeco.com. Shoot them an email, get on that list so you can join a Zoom. What do you have to lose? Just go check it out. It's going to bring extra value. And if anybody else needs to hear about it, share it with them. Chelsea, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. It was great.
See you guys.
Awesome talking to you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.